After an 18-hour flight from Boston to Hyderabad, we're minutes away from landing in Nanded in the state of Maharashtra. Before touching down, let me take a moment to explain what it is that the guy next to me, Suraj Yangde, is returning to. It's a system called Caste.
They begin with Brahmins, then there is Kshatriyas, the warriors, the Baniyas, or they call it Vaishya, the merchant class. The fourth is Shudra, the lower working class peasants. The fifth category, and that is the untouchable caste group. And these untouchable outcast groups are 180 million who do not get recognized.
Suraj Yangde is an untouchable. Yangde's family and friends greet him with bouquets of flowers and effusive smiles, fitting for a Dalit in their view, who has accomplished what many here call the near impossible for a so-called untouchable. Not merely leaving Nanded, which very few do, but leaving to become a lawyer, a PhD, and a fellow at Harvard University, no less.
This was our house for good 20 years. We had a bed here. One day it rained. I saw my mom trying to put 3 buckets in different locations so the water drops don't fall on us. My entire life I slept like this without realizing that mom and dad were dancing the whole night so that the waters don't fall on us and we might get distracted from our sleep in order to go to school next day.
But not just to any school. Yangde's parents enrolled him in a Christian school in Nanded where caste mattered, but mattered far less than in government institutions. His grades served as the gateway to higher education in Mumbai, and from there to going abroad.
Now if you don't go, what happens? Once the student graduates from his 12th grade, look around. When the guys who I grew up with, they knew I was here, they all came up to talk to me. And I could see they are doing exactly like what my father was doing, and they have very limited future options. I was asking them, what do you want to do? They are just silent. It's almost like they are living dead people.
Many liken casteism to American segregation in the South, but it's so much older, by about 3,000 years, so much more entrenched, and it is enshrined in religion. Dalits in many towns and villages in India and Nepal are expected to drink from separate water fountains, to eat at separate lunch and dinner counters away from upper caste Indians. They're buried in separate graves, for fear they'll pollute the air. And they live in segregated neighborhoods like this one. That's drinking water?
Yeah, that's drinking water pipe.
Drainage line.
Drinking water next to a sewage line.
This is a tap water that the municipality provides. And underneath you can see there is a sewerage.
Walking through the neighborhood, Yangde points to white plastic tubing that supplies drinking water for 20,000 or so fellow outcasts squeezed into a slum the size of Fenway Park. The tubing runs parallel on the surface of a foul-smelling sewer clogged with human waste, paper, and discarded bits of everything.
You can see all kinds of stuff being dumped here because people don't have any other place to dump. So plastics, food waste, all goes into this. These are the people who clean it.
It's expected, says this man, Namdeo Pawar, who I'm told is on the lowest rungs of untouchables.
Caste is primarily an occupation-based system. You are given the position in the job hierarchy, or what kind of job you have to do. And so the filthiest jobs were given to the untouchable population, and their ancestors and on have been doing the same job, cleaning the human filth with their bare hands.
And Dalits are pushing back. Here and across India, former untouchables are protesting the deaths of hundreds of workers who have perished while cleaning sewers, breathing in methane and slipping and falling in the dark. They also have demonstrated against sexual violence against Dalit women by upper caste men, and an uptick in lynchings in recent years. A recent New York Times article described an incident in which a Dalit man who balked at illegal but still widely practiced caste discrimination was literally scalped. Yangde says that could have been him. Even a guy with a Harvard pedigree is still on the lowest rung.
It crushes the heart, but even today, I'm still an untouchable. Be it Harvard, or be it Kennedy School, or be it anywhere in the world, my primary identity, for some reason, is not going away.
Back at Yangde's house, his PhD, law, and master's diplomas hang on the damp wall, alongside photos of his now deceased father and of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Ambedkar is a Dalit hero, who, like Yangde, studied in the UK and the US. He also wrote vast sections of India's constitution, and as part of that process, he created the world's oldest affirmative action program, which today sets aside 25% of government jobs and university placements for Dalits and low-caste Indians. Yangde says if not for this institutional support, he would not be where he is today because of discrimination. But the reservation policy, as it's called, has become a flashpoint for upper caste resentment of people like Suraj Yangde. It's a full house at the university here in Nanded. Several hundred people have turned out to hear Yangde advise students on how to get to school in the U.S. He tells them to improve their English, make exemplary grades, and take advantage of India's flawed but hard-fought-for affirmative action program. He also tells folks in the audience evoking the name of Ambedkar to take pride in their ancestry and in their Dalit names. Names explain everything in Indian society and denotes one's caste. But one student here admits that his family has tried to mask their identity.
My father changed our surname because of caste discrimination in India, because people can identify his surname, and that's why my father changed my surname.
But he still faces discrimination, he says. Another student raises his hand
Derek?
and asks a question that Yangde seems well prepared to answer. If he makes it to America, he asks, will his caste follow? Yes, says Yangde, like a shadow. Philip Martin, WGBH Boston's local NPR.